Camera.
They're all Marvels and they're all the same era.
Talk to my parents about that.
Where are you from?
Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay, thank
Well, it's kind of strange being buried so far down south, but just kind of bought my way into it. My first loves were Burroughs, some of the early Marvel characters, Spider-Man, FF, things like that.
What's the most expensive comic you buy?
That would have to be the Ashcan for All-Star Comics, which came out in 1940. This was the only known copy, and I just recently sold it to Gary Colabuono at Moondogs for $15,000, and that's a record price for an Ashcan comic. Ashcan's a prototype edition. This particular edition was used to secure copyright for the title and logo of All-Star Comics. And they also used these books to show prospective retailers and wholesalers what the book was going to look like. So they kind of had an advance idea what they were ordering, not like today.
What's your favorite thing about being a comic?
To me, it's, well, there's obviously so much to be interested in, but to me as a dealer, now I've got the other Ashcan if you want to shoot a shot of that.
Parents of Mike Woodward, please come to the ComicFest information booth near the escalator on the show floor. A program note at 11:30 this morning in room 312, Defiance is presenting a visual presentation of the conception, construction, and continuing creation of the Defiant universe. All secrets will be revealed, all questions will be answered. Meet the dreamers and share their dreams. At noon, in room 212, Colin Ellison, one of America's finest science fiction writers, will be available for autographs. We'll also be selling copies of his book. Autographs at $1 each. Proceeds will benefit the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund.
Now, tell us about that.
This is the last Ashcan comic that I have. It's the Action Funnies prototype edition done in 1937. As you know, the title was changed to Action Comics by the time it came out. But of the three known copies of Action Funnies, this is, the other two are pristine file copies. This copy is a little soiled and has Detective Comics ink written very lightly on the cover. And most people, myself included, feel that this is the book that launched the entire industry. We think this is the book that was used to show retailers and wholesalers what the title was going to be. And as you know, with issue number 1, they decided at the last minute to put Superman in there and on the cover. And we feel this is also the book that was shown to the Library of Congress or whoever grants copyright for this sort of thing.
That's actually the cover of which copy?
Action number 3. They eventually used the artwork for Action number 3. And back then, what I call the Scotch tape and baling wire school of comics publishing, they would take artwork from different artists and they just go through their portfolio and say, we can use this, we can use this. No, get that out, that's too vivid, too lurid, we don't want that. And that's how they ended up with this piece of artwork, and they just said, all right, we got that Amelia piece, let's put it on the cover. And that's the way it was done back then. It's kind of neat.
Good job.
Thanks.
Thank you for thinking of showing that on camera. You're going to be in this one for sure. That was the best discussion I've
Now,
ever seen.
You might want to get a plug for Overstreet in there, because the way I found this book, when I was putting my collection of Overstreet price guides together, it was about 1983, and I went back in about a 4-year-old price guide, 2 lines right in the middle of somebody's ad, I saw Action Funnies, prototype Action Comics, 1937. Anyone interested? And I was the only one who called him. I take that back. One other guy called him and offered about $700 or $800 in trade, and he wasn't interested. So
What'd you have to do?
I traded a Detective 28 and some cash. The total at that point came to around $1,500, but as you know, Detective 28 has since gone nuts. But this, I would much rather have this book. By far.
What's so special about Detective 28?
Detective 28 is the second appearance of Batman. Did not have a Batman cover, which holds the value down a little bit, but it's still the second Batman and very sought after by collectors. But
That wonderful Gardner G-Man cover.
That's right. Yeah.
I like that better, actually.
Do you really?
That's my prejudice.